Welcome to Local Point, your life, your stories, with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome to Local Point. I'm your host, Chris Piner. Let's welcome Ed Bullock and Emily Johnson into the VTV6 studio to discuss this year's Dino Tri. I'm glad to have you both here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, well, first of all, we have seen some other familiar faces here talking about the Dino Tri, and now we have both of you. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Absolutely.
We'll start with you.
Okay. We'll look at each other and be lost here.
Who goes first?
I'm Ed Bullock. I'm one of the directors of the Dino Tri. I'm local here from Vernal. I'm actually an anesthetist at the hospital here at Ashley Regional.
Right. And when you say, before we get to Emily, one of the directors, are there many?
Correct. We have a team of directors. There's actually four of us that are the primary directors of the Dino Tri. There's a lot of work that goes into it.
And so it helps to have a team
it does.
of people putting it together. All right, well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'm Emily Johnson, also from Vernal, and my husband is part of the team, and we've put this together. We started actually with the McCoy Trail run, and just loved that when Masons were looking to turn over the Dino Tri. We jumped on that opportunity and have loved it.
And the Masons were some of those other familiar faces that I referenced a moment ago. Yeah, you said your husband is part of the team of directors. Therefore, you are also.
Yeah.
Or he said you're going on TV today, Emily.
He'd be more natural at this, but he's out of town today, so.
So you're covering as well. Well, that's good. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Dino Tri. This is something that if you've lived in the area for a while, then most certainly you've heard about it. The Dino Tri has been around for a long time. But for those who haven't heard it or need a refresher, Ed, tell us about the event.
So the event has been, as you mentioned, it's been going on for a lot of years. It was off and on, probably for about the last 20 years that the Dino Tri has been here in Vernal. And it's been very regular and very organized for the last 8 years, which, as we mentioned, Mark and Lenise Mason and also the Ryans had been in charge of it during that time period. We actually we took it over last year and have been in charge last year and then this year. So.
Oh, okay. So I missed that. This isn't your first year.
Correct.
So you have one under the belt, and you've probably been involved before anyway. Well, let's get to the dates. When is the Dino Tri?
It's June 25th. So coming up in the next week, and Saturday the 25th.
Very good. Yeah. Very good. And I imagine you have participants from all over the place signed up.
We do. We get them. There's a group from Germany actually that comes every year. They love this, from probably 10 different states so far. It's one of the USAT's top 10 destination races, and so we bring a lot of people in for this event.
Why do you think that is?
A lot is the location. Beautiful location. Of course, the swim starts up at Red Fleet State Park in the lake. It's a bit of a cold swim, but it's a great location. The bike then goes from there down into Vernal and up into Dry Fork with the Olympic distance, and we finish near Utah State. So it's a really pretty route. It's a challenging course, and I think a lot of it as well is it's in the past and now we feel like it's a very well organized race. We have an excellent group of volunteers here locally that help with the race. We have the search and rescue from Uintah County that is a really big participant. Gold Cross Ambulance helps out with the race. We have the football team from the high school, Uintah High School, as well as the Rotary Club and the Student Council. So we have a lot of people that really put a lot of effort into pulling the race off, and from a racer perspective, it comes across as being a really friendly and just a really well organized race.
Well, you know, sometimes living here, we forget about how beautiful our area is, but we really have a scenic spot, don't we?
Yep.
So I can imagine that people come around and see our different terrain and enjoy the environment that we have. It's great to hear about some of those other groups that are involved with you. This is really a large undertaking, but it's a pretty well-oiled machine by now, I imagine.
It's a very local thing that the whole community comes together and really puts it together, and that's what makes it.
Well, I do want to talk about more of the details of the event, but we're gonna cut away for just a moment here. When we're back, we'll talk more about the Dino Tri this year. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Local Point. Before the break, we were talking about this year's Dino Tri, and we ended off with the beautiful terrain that we have and how well organized this event is, which draws people from all over the place. And I wanted to ask, but we ran out of time, a little bit about the legs. How long is the swim? You said it starts at Red Fleet.
Correct.
How far does one swim?
We actually have two different distances that you can choose from. You can do the Olympic, which is the longer, or the sprint. So the Olympic is going to go 1,500 meters, and the sprint will do 750 meters.
So you determine this ahead of time when you sign up. I'm going to do this part of it. All right, so that helps me a little bit. I'm not as up on meters, but that's a long way to swim anyway. And the next part is biking.
Yep.
Right?
So then you bike down the canyon, and if you're doing the sprint, you do 13 miles down to Utah State University. If you're doing the Olympic, then you continue through and go back up Dry Fork just a little bit, and then come down to Utah State, and they do 26 miles.
And now we're in miles, so I'm good on that.
Yeah,
right? So we're good.
I'm gonna switch it up again for the run.
For the run, you anticipated my question. Yes,
Every different distance.
Very good.
Right. So we run around the Rotary, and the sprint distance is going to do a 5K, and the Olympic distance will do that twice for a 10K.
Ah, all right.
So,
Now,
or about 3 miles or 6 miles.
Does a person do the whole thing sprint, or the whole thing Olympic, or can you mix it up a little bit and say, I'm not such a swimmer, I'll do the sprint on that one?
You know, I've never had anyone ask to do that. You just sign up for one or the other.
You usually sign up for one or the other.
If you're not so strong in the swim, then you can do it as a relay, and get one or two of your friends to join you, and you each take a leg or two.
Yeah, let's do this together. I'll do this part, you do that part. That's great. How fun. How fun. Do you get involved in this, or are you behind the scenes
For this one, we have to be behind the scenes. There's a
You're all
lot
working.
that goes on.
You have to look elsewhere for your opportunity then. Well,
Yep.
thanks for your service then in this event. Now you're not alone in that. You have many. You mentioned some of the other people that are involved. Tell me about some of the sponsors that are helping this year.
We have some excellent sponsors, and realistically, we couldn't do this race without them. I can't talk. Again, it's very invaluable that we have this group of people. A couple of our big sponsors, Ashley Regional Medical Center is one of our big sponsors. Vernal City, Uinta County, Classic Aeromedical. Some of those groups are very, very helpful.
Is there a website that you reference or direct people to? What is that?
DinoTri.com.
Easy, dinotri.com. And is there a listing of the sponsors there as well, so we could ask good folks to take a look and thank these people when you see them bringing things like this to the Vernal area. It wouldn't be possible without those good sponsors, so thanks to all of those that are involved. Now, we also mentioned in the first half that you have people from all over the area coming here. Part of that is that this is a special qualifying
Correct.
triathlon?
Yes. So last year we were an Olympic distance qualifier, a regional Olympic qualifier, and this year we are a regional qualifier for the sprint distance. So people can come and participate and can qualify to then move on and qualify for national races.
So again, that shows that you're doing something right. Congratulations to the Dino Tri and all of those involved in it. Now, if we want to make an appeal to our viewers who want to get involved in this, either relay or just go for it in either sprint or Olympic, how would they do that? Is there time? Can they still get involved?
Yeah, absolutely. You can sign up from our website until Wednesday, and then we'll cut that off. But you can still come on Friday to the Marriott, Spring Hill Marriott, and they are another sponsor that have donated a room, and we'll be there for packet pickup, and we'll take day of registration at that time.
Very good. So please do it ahead of time, right?
Yes.
And go to the website, which is dinotri.com, right? All of it's very easy that way.
Yeah.
So thank you both for coming.
Thank you very much.
And I hope that the triathlon is just as successful as you hope it to be, and I expect that it will be. So thank you. And we thank all of the sponsors, and we thank you for watching. If you want to get a little more information, check out their website, dinotri.com. And thank you for watching Local Point. Welcome to this week's Community Calendar, presented by your local Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce, building commerce one member at a time. Go to vernalchamber.com to learn more information about upcoming events. So let's get started with this week's schedule. Starting on Monday, the Outlaw Trail Theater will be performing Camelot at Vernal's Western Park Outdoor Amphitheater, so get your tickets. On Tuesday, June 21st at 11 a.m., the Vernal Chamber hosts their weekly luncheon at the Golden Corral. On Thursday, June 23rd, in front of the library, there will be live music, food vendors, and prizes, and that's happening all the way until the end of July. On Friday, June 24th, it's the Kids Tri. They swim, bike, and run. The fee is $15 per child. On Saturday, June 25th, the 28th annual Josie Shoot will be taking place at 8 a.m. at the Rod and Gun Club. Register by June 22nd to be entered into a drawing, or you can enter at the shoot. Also on June 25th, it's time for the Dino Tri, starting at the Red Fleet State Park. So bike, swim, and run for a day of fun. That's all we have for this week's Community Calendar. Thank you for watching. Like VTV6 on Facebook, and we'll see you next week.